take my nephews and stuff when I was younger. So I'm like what do you call it? Like this dangerous type sport type fanatic. I love it. I love it. So I was excited to get this connection. And in the building, let me just say who I have in the building first. We have Dante, Freesmoke, Benjamin Jr., y'all. Yeah, so we're about to get into all the history of him. And I think, now I'm not going to say for sure, but I would like to know if this is like your first like kind of show, media type interview. I know the mics and everything be in front of you on your fights, and probably been doing that for years. But I don't know if you ever sat down like on a podcast or a show or anything like that before.
I think I sat down on one in like 2016. Maybe.
Okay.
Like, since then.
Okay, so since you especially since your professional career started, so this is your first. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take the reason why I'm asking. I'm taking these accolades. Remember, Welcome to the BBW Show, y'all. When he on ESPN sitting in the boxes and all that. Remember, he was on Welcome to the BBW Show. Okay, then plug me when you get on there. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you for. Oh, please, it's my pleasure. I love. Hey. You was a little late because I did say his name. You should have. The me was a little bit.
I ain't got my tables today. So.
Oh, that's right. You ain't got your stuff.
I'm a quick DJ for the day, but
that's okay.
I came from that, and I ain't gonna forget where I came from.
I know that's right.
So you know,
I'm with you. Don't worry. We always gonna make it shake, baby, in here.
Most definitely.
So, Dante. First of all, tell the world, tell the listeners on No Static Radio who you are, and I always call this first part of kind of getting acquainted. I'm nosy, so I don't think I'm nosy in a bad way. It's like just trying to get a history of you, know who you are, where you came from, because I know you're pretty young, if I'm not mistaken. How old are you? 19. See, that's another thing. I'm so happy to have a younger guest in the studio. I never had a 19-year-old here, and he's a professional. That's dope. So Dante. Where did you where's your neighborhood? Where did you mainly grow up at, or are you Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay, all right. So you're original. Where's your stomping grounds?
When I was a kid, I started off growing up on Buckeye, like 160.
Come on now, that's area.
And then, you know, how that go. My mom and dad wanted me to get from over there, so get me out of the streets and everything. So we moved to Shaker.
Okay.
And then once we moved to Shaker, I've pretty much been over there. But, you know, still visiting Buckeye back and forth.
Of course.
Because that's the neighborhood I grew up in.
Right.
Still all my friends over there. But mostly in Shaker, for real. And then a little bit of East Cleveland, because that's where I used to train at. Well, a lot of East Cleveland. I trained there for about 8-9 years. And then our gym just moved a couple years back.
Oh, okay. So when you were growing up in the Buckeye area, what age were you in that time frame?
Really all up into like 12 years old.
Okay. Yeah. So what school did you go to? Like what elementary and whatnot?
I mean, I always went to Shaker my whole life.
Oh, okay. Because it's very close.
Yeah.
It's like almost like if you step over a sidewalk, crack you in Shaker.
Yeah, I went to Shaker my whole life for real, but like you know how that go.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Okay. All right. So, and for those that haven't caught on, he is a professional boxer. I think y'all, and of course, y'all probably seen my post. I will not dismiss that. This gentleman is a professional boxer, but I want people to get to know the young Dante. So, what was your young childhood like? Like maybe if you could, from the earliest you can remember, what was like something that really stuck out to you?
Young, I really was like a bad kid. Not a bad kid, but like I used to get in fights a lot. So that's before I started boxing. I used to always get in fights. Like, even when my dad would come pick me up before I go to the gym, I used to get into fights before then. He used to catch me fighting. So that's really what the childhood was, you know.
So do you think, was it, if you can remember, like, when getting into those fights, did you provoke the fights, or do you feel like you was provoked, or you just felt like you just had this badass mentality, attitude dripping off of you?
I'm pretty sure, like, it was a little bit of both, but I think I provoked more the fights.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So, what age did you feel like you knew you could fight then? Like, how did that happen for you?
I mean, I always grew up around my cousins. Like, it was like probably 8 of us. We all grew up around each other, so it was like I always knew I could fight. We was always fighting each other, and then you know we fight each other. Then outside we go fight other people. So we always knew we could fight.
Boys. That's a boy thing, because listen, I ain't gonna say that. It's some more messy, ratchet girls looking for fights all the time too. I ain't gonna say that. But I mean, I get it as far as, you know, especially with the cousins, honey. I done seen all my boy cousins. I guess I like Boston with my boy cousins too, but I get it, like growing up with them. Sorry, do you have any siblings?
Oh yeah, I got a little sister, and then my cousins used to live with me, so I call her my older sister and an older brother.
Okay. How old is your little sister?
She's 12 years old.
She's 12. Okay. Oh shoot, she get to see her brother kick butt, take names later, and get paid for it. That's dope. So tell us about your history of your mom and growing up.
It was good. Like, you know, my mom and both of my parents always try to provide, but my mom, she really was always there too. But you know how that go. Like, she always had to work, so she was trying to provide, make the best of what she could. But she was a good mom. Like, I appreciate her.
I've heard beautiful things about her. Shout out to your mom. Your mom's name is Anita. Laetha.
Yeah.
Laetha. Okay, I'm sorry, I heard wrong. I apologize. Shout out to mom, Laetha. Honey, anytime you could have came to the studio, kicked it with us. See, I almost should have just invited her because I like to hear her. But this is your moment. I ain't gonna put mom in the mix. But shout out to your mom. So you were fighting at a young age, and you said you would even be doing it when your dad pulled up to take you to the gym. So were you into? What was the earliest you started getting into boxing? Like when you knew you wanted to do it? Because fighting, of course, we know is something different. Just scrapping with somebody, but like. When did you get into boxing?
What's crazy is I didn't really get into boxing, like, maybe until I was 14 years old. But with that being said, like, I started off when I was 7, and I was forced to do it because it was like, you know, if you fight in school, you fight, not like, you know, put that energy towards somewhere positive. So I was, like, my dad took me, like, he started me boxing, and we was only supposed to do it for like maybe a year and a half until my first fight. But then I won like my first fight and my first tournament. And I liked the feeling of winning, so I kept going. But then there was times where I really wanted to quit boxing. I always thought I was going to be a basketball player, for real.
Oh, so tell me about that. You used to play basketball.
Yeah,
I think I did see some pictures on your page with you was hooped up, honey. I seen it.
Yeah, I was a good basketball player. I could have went to college for basketball, but then, like, freshman year, I realized I won a tournament to be on the USA team for boxing. That's when I really, this is my sport. So I didn't take basketball serious, but like I still was like good enough. Like, I averaged a double-double my junior and senior year.
So how early were you playing basketball?
Actually, I started boxing before I played basketball, like for an actual team. But I always liked basketball. I think I started basketball in the 5th grade, so maybe like 10 years old.
Okay. What was your position in basketball?
Like now, like high school, I played everything.
Did you? Yeah, what's your height?
Like I'm like 6'2" right now.
Okay.
So
I said 6'2" in my head, but I was like, maybe I'm reaching. I mean, because I used to try to stand up next to people, see how tall they are. I'm only 5'4.5", so. But okay, so this sports, because I mean, it seemed like you have a natural thing of sports in you. I mean, especially fighting, you ain't scared. It sound like you back down nothing. It sound like you started a lot of crap. So where did this natural? Was it bred into you, or do you think it just really was something in you? Because I know you mentioned that boxing really wasn't what you wanted to do. It. You thought you didn't want to do it at first. You wanted to quit sometimes. What as far as sports in you that you feel like drove you there, or who pushed you in that direction, or was it naturally in you?
It's a little bit of everything, because you know, like growing up in the hood, everybody, like nobody, hooping, football, or some people in the streets, and everybody want to make it out. Like us, we want to play sports to make it out. We ain't never want to be no police officers, no lawyers, no doctors. We wanted to, be in the NBA, be in the NFL, and do sports like that. And then with that, I had that at me, and then my dad like pushing me the extra mile every day. My mom pushing me the extra mile to be better than everybody else. Like that I hung around or outside, So that's really what it came from. And then I just had the natural ability also, but I also had hard work on top of that.
Okay. When you were young, because you mentioned like you didn't want to do boxing. What was the hardest thing that you can remember experiencing being young when you was in that feeling about not wanting to box?
The first time I ever sparred, I wish my dad was here. He would tell you the first time I ever sparred, I got dropped a couple times, kept getting dropped, and I was crying,
So this is just you sparring with somebody?
Just sparring. They was older than me and bigger than me, but,
right.
But still, I'm crying. I'm a little kid, probably 7 years old, a little bit over 7, and I'm crying, trying to get out the ring, and he would not let me get out the ring. That's the earliest, I was trying to get out because I was crying, and I kept getting dropped, and then but that's what make you great. He kept me in that ring.
Okay. Did your father have any boxing history or?
Mm-mm. He like we had like family members that box, and then
Okay.
my uncle Nito, he used to box, and he told my dad where to take me at and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, did your father think of putting you in the direction of boxing because of you fighting all the time, or that's because you're saying that
Yeah.
you're gonna put that energy in a good place? Okay.
Yeah, and then to
Damn,
teach
that's
me
a good.
discipline too.
Heck, I, I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people that follow boxing know it takes a lot of discipline for boxing. I used to I don't want to say date a boxer, but I mean we were really good friends, and I used to go to the gym with him sometimes. So, but I remember how disciplined he was. Like in certain ways, he felt like he had to breathe before he even started like his stretches, and when he was exercising. I mean, at certain times of the day, he said he'd eat. You know what I mean? It was so meticulous. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And because it take more than just because his power and he had to build up to some moves he wanted to learn. He had to learn different agilities. So with all that said, um, so you 7 got your butt kicked sparring. That's funny though. That's good stuff though. When did you catch on? Like when you you like okay, the next day like I'm going here to spar with somebody. I'm about to get it in. Do you ever have a memory of that? Like when you knew you was about to get down?
Like I don't know. I think I ended up sparring him again maybe a week or two later, and I did way better, and I was like happy that I stayed in there. But I'm still catching on now. Like still working towards everything. But back then, it was this thing that we call Kashmir Jackson. I don't know if you know her, but she was a professional, not a professional. She was an amateur boxer on the USA team. She passed away a while back, and we used to have this thing. She told me dog time. So when I used to spar, I used to think like, all right, dog time, like it's time to bring it out of me. And then I used to carry that with me when I spar. So that made me go harder in the sparring too.
Okay. Oh shit, that's pretty dope. Okay, dog time. So you said when you got. When did you made 14? You made the US team.
Mm-hmm. I won my first national championship when I was 11 years old. I think I don't remember. Yeah, maybe 11 years old. But I mean, I was winning a lot, but it was like never, like oh, this is what I want to do. But when I made that USA team and went to the Olympic Training Center, I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Shit. Okay,
Like surrounded by that atmosphere, like really everybody that put in that work and actually want to be great boxers.
Yeah.
And then Olympic head coaches down there with me, and then talking to them, and then them seeing my potential, me working hard, and then even Adrian Bronner had seen me spar one day down there, and he like I don't know, he probably don't even remember this because I was young, but he told me he was like, yeah, I'm gonna sign you, and this is when I was 14, turning 15 or something like that. So then like him telling me that Adrian Bronner was a big boxer.
Yeah.
That kept me motivated. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this like Adrian Bronner be with Floyd Mayweather, everybody, and he talked about he gonna sign me, he see the potential in me.
Dang. Okay. So your national. Let's back up to your national titles. And you like you said, you was just in there doing your thing. You really wasn't thinking this is something you was going to do. How does national work though? Like, are you? So let me back up. With you going to nationals or doing any type of boxing where you get into tournaments, do you have to be a part of a certain team? Do you have to be a part of a certain platform or gym, or how does that work?
So I think they just took it out. I'm not sure, but when we was growing up, like the nationals used to be like you fight at the states, you fight in your state, so you fight in Ohio, and then you fight the region. So like we'll fight Michigan, all the region around us, and then we'll fight everybody. Then we win a region, and then we'll fight everybody from across the country. So you represent your region down there. So like they take the best from the state, and then the best from the region, and then everybody around the country, and then everybody go meet at nationals and fight.
So how do you get recognized as in that we category? How if since you got picked up for the state, like was it because you like how do you go into a tournament, or how do you say okay, I'm gonna go to states and I'm gonna do this? Is it because of like the team or your coaches, or how do you sign up to be something like that?
Coaches. So I mean, if you train, it's a tournament. The states is a tournament. Regionals is a tournament.
So they have to sign you up for.
So you sign up and you compete against everybody in the state, and then you fight, and then they just keep going on like that.
Okay. How many people like in the state? Like how many people did you have to beat? Do you remember to get to state to say you were at the state title?
My first time, like doing it like that, I think 2 people in the state, and then 1 person in the regionals, and then in the nationals, I fought twice or 3 times.
Okay. Oh shit! How often do they do like the states and regionals and all that?
I don't know. I don't even know if they do it anymore. I think they do it for one tournament, but if they do it for one tournament, it's one around a year, and then they're usually supposed to be for two though. But then you have like it's like 4 or 5 nationals around the year. Like the other nationals, do you just take your kids down there and y'all go compete? Like it's no team, no region, no state.
Okay.
Like even you could fight people from Ohio down in the nationals. So the nationals, the way they got the nationals now, you just go down there and you compete too.
Okay. That's what's up. So now that you are, I know you said me, was it 7 nationals you won?
Mm-hmm.
And you won
one
international. So who did you fight international? Who was your component?
I fought Russia,
Ooh.
Croatia, and then I fought another Russian.
Okay, so when you won the title, you fought someone from Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was
How
fun.
Was you?
17.
How did that go? Like
actually, I was 16.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was it over here in the States or did you go?
Nah, we went to Bulgaria and Europe.
Shoot. Traveling. That's what's up. How long did it take? Like, is it a certain amount of days that you are in that tournament? Was it like one day you get in there, that's your fight, or is it like because you said you had to fight a Russian, a Bulgarian,
Croatian,
a Croatian,
and then
so was that in one day that you had to fight on people?
No. We do the tournament was like a week long, so it's like
okay.
We fought. I think we fought a Monday, rest Tuesday, fight Wednesday, rest Thursday, championship Friday, and then some people will have a championship Friday, and then some people have a Saturday. Like the tournament is like a week long. It depends on how many people was in the weight class. I had like 7 or 8 people in my weight class. So weight class can be stacked though.
Okay. What's your weight class now?
Light heavyweight, 175.
Okay. All right. Shoot. So you won the nationals. You was 16, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So you came back home. What did that look like when you come back home winning the nationals?
It was like it was a great feeling. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna say you had to be feeling like the man, for real.
I brought my medal to school for about the whole week.
I know. I would have worn it the rest of the year. That's how vain I would have been.
It was a great feeling. Like everybody was reposting me.
It
just was a great feeling. I came home to a cake, like congratulations. It was a real good feeling, and that motivated me even more.
And once you got home, you won the nationals. What was your coaches? They was like, is it still grind time? Head down, 10 toes down. We got to get back into what we doing.
Yeah, it was like once you win something, it's like all right, now everybody wants your head, so now you got to work harder.
That makes sense. Everybody coming for you because they want what you.
Oh yeah, I beat him. He won over here, so that means I could do it too. They want that.
You say giant killers?
Yeah.
I mean that's a sport. That's sports though. That's like you think about that. That's in any sport. The champion, who not coming for the Lakers? Who not coming for the top team right now? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was dying to see Brady lose. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, but the people that beat him was dying to see him lose. But
definitely.
But I get it. Okay, so what was your next fight after the internationals?
I fought in June. I was fresh 17. I fought a 32-year-old.
What?
Mm-hmm. I stopped him in the first round.
Let's back that up. How does that? Is that legal? That's legal. Oh, I guess it is legal. I mean, I don't know.
It's my weight class.
It depends. I mean, really, it's supposed to be like our ages go 14, 15, 16, 17,
mm-hmm.
and then it's 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 19 through 40.
Wait a minute. So you could be 19 to 40 and fight.
Because across country, I mean not across the country, overseas, they people like Cuban boxers, they're not allowed to. Well, they just changed the rule like a week ago, but they're not allowed to turn pro. They wasn't allowed to turn pro for like 60 years, so they'll be 35 fighting in the Olympics, and then our Olympians would be like 22 years old.
What?
Yeah, so have some young Olympians or 19-year-old, 20-year-old Olympians fighting a 36-year-old from overseas. That's why they do it like that, because some of them not allowed to turn pro out there.
Oh, that's a lot of boxers out that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh yeah. That's why they come here though, right?
But the risk they used to have to take to come here, like even I don't know if y'all know who Udonis Ugis is.
Yeah.
Ugis, he fighting tomorrow. He fight Earl Spence. Like the risk he took coming here, he never seen his family again. Like he haven't seen his family in a long time. And then like it's no contact with his family, nothing like that. So the risk he took here to like live out his dream to be a professional boxer, it's a big risk. Like, but they pay the Cuban amateurs great. Like they gotta pay them great because you know you going to represent them over there. You can't be no professional and make money. Like our amateurs, we don't make money until we turn 19. It depends.
Yeah.
Like 19. So when you make the 19 through 40, because that's when you start making money and getting paid. Because it's like you out of school, this is your job now. Like to them, like you gotta be over there for like training in Colorado for a month, 2 months. So they pay you because you know you got to be over there, get ready for the Olympics and the tournaments. But they actually get paid over there because you know they get paid well because it ain't like they goal is to go pro. Like our goal is to win Olympics, then go professional. Their goal is to win Olympics, come back, win Olympics, come back and win Olympics until they can't no more.
Ah, okay. Damn, that's deep. I had no clue about that. Never knew that. So, with the Olympics, tell me about the Olympic life. Tell me when Team USA, how did you get, is it by invitation or do you have to fight your way to the?
I fought, you know, we fight at the nationals, like it's a national tournament, so we fight and then whoever win that tournament is the number one. They go by number one and number twos, and then it's 3 teams, so it's a junior team, a youth team, then an elite team. The elite team is the team that can go to the Olympics because you know they older, because you got to be 18, turning 19 the year of the Olympics to be able to go. I was always too young for the Olympics, so. But I was still on like the USA Olympic team, so that's what they call it.
Okay. So you get to go to their facility, and where is it at?
Colorado Springs.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just said Colorado. So you was there. You was all in the midst of great trainers, great fighters. What did that do for you? Like, what did that do for your not only your drive now in the sport, but what did it do for you professionally?
It got my name out there professionally because, you know, I really never thought I was going to be like a boxer. So I never used to post boxing on my Instagram. I never promoted myself. So when I got over there and then sparring the other people that was number one in the country at the time, because, you know, when we fight across the country, we compete for number one in the country. So I was number one and then sparring the other number ones in the country and then doing well against them. And, like, the coaches, like, seeing me do well against them is getting my name out there.
Okay.
So, and then, you know, so on the professional ranks, everybody started to look at me like, oh, yeah. Everybody like, oh, yeah, he's special. He's nice. He, you know, like, watch out for his fight. And then that's how I went. So it got my name out there a lot.
That's
managers
dope.
And everything.
That's dope. So was it like when you're at the Olympic training camp, do you have where they say, okay, we putting fights together for your age group? Like, or are you just always there practicing, or how does that work when you guys are there? Like, as far as boxing?
Usually when we're supposed to go there, they're supposed to have an international tournament coming up.
Okay.
So, like, they'll have you come up there, and then you're supposed to maybe go compete international, and then fight in some tournament. You can fight against people from around the world. So that's usually how it's supposed to go. But my first time there, our tournament got canceled.
Wow.
I don't know, but we was young. But we were supposed to go. Like, we was, 15, 16. Our tournament got canceled, but the 17, 18 still had their tournaments. So, you know, I was just down there for the experience at that point.
Yeah. How many times have you been to the Olympic camp?
I think I used to go every year since I was twice a year since I was 15.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
The last time I went was 2021. I was there for like a month.
Okay, so what would that look like? What were you doing down there? Like, what was it down there? It's over there, really, but.
You know, they had the Olympians coming up, right. So I was still too young. I was turning 19, and they, you know, the Olympics was supposed to be in 2020, but the pandemic hit. Yeah. So I was supposed to be 18, turning 19 in 2020, if I wanted to compete, but I was 17, turning 18. So they really just had me down there because I, you know, one of the best. I was sparring like the people that's supposed to go to the Olympics. Okay. And then that did wonders for me though.
Did it? Tell me, you got me excited. What did it do for you? Like, how? What stood out? Not besides being older, I guess, but what stood out with that experience? Saying that it did wonders for you, like career wise, or
they heard I was doing like sparring against the people that's supposed to go to the Olympics, and mind you, they probably was like, I was 18, so they was all 20 plus, 22 plus maybe, or 21 plus. So they hearing how I'm doing with them, like everybody like, damn, he's sparring good with them. Yeah. And they supposed to be the Olympians. Like, imagine if he was old enough to go. Like, what it would be like. So it did good for me. And then people competing against people that's in the Olympics. So that really did good for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let's jump back a little bit because I know you mentioned with your history as far as training in the gym that you was with. You have been with them for years because they were in East Cleveland for 7 years or so. What's the gym? Who's? Are you still with them?
Yeah. We just it's what's the name? Martin Luther King Civic Center, East Cleveland. Like it's off of Shaw, and then it got
yes, I know exactly.
In 2017, no, 2019, I think. Yeah, in 2019 it had in like January it was supposed to get rebuilt. Like they were supposed to the floor used to come up, so they were supposed to take off the flooring and everything like that. So me and my coaches, we just moved gyms for a little bit. We thinking it's gonna be temporary. They still ain't rebuilt it yet.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So what gym are you at now?
Maple. It's called DNA Boxing.
DNA Boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your team. Let's talk about Freesmoke team. Let's back up. When did you come up with your name, your boxing name?
In 2020, my friend had passed away. He had died. He got killed. And then they used to call him Freesmoke, so I took his name to make it live.
That's what's up. That's some dope. That's dope. That has to me a real significant and greater meaning to not only your profession and your skill, but the love. You know what I'm saying? It shows a humbleness in you and a love in you. That's real dope. Did you have a boxing name before Freesmoke?
No. I just
so probably like coming to the ring, Dante.
Dante, man. Yeah, that's what they used to say.
That's not. I'm just okay.
But like I always had a nickname. Everybody called me Tizzy because that's what my dad.
Okay, I see that on your IG. Yeah. Okay.
And everybody still call me Tizzy now.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my nickname. So Tizzy.
Okay.
That's what I used to go with.
So do you still have the same coaching team? Like, tell me, how does the team go when you're a boxer? I know you have. Tell me, like, is it like coach number 1, coach number 2? You know how you got like defensive linemen. I mean, coaches. Like, how does that work for a boxing team for yourself and you having somebody to groom you and keep you grounded in all this training and everything?
We got a head coach, assistant coach, and then we got a strength and conditioning. Well, I got a strength and conditioning coach. So I mean, you can have as many coaches you want, but I got like 3 to 4 coaches. My strength and conditioning coach, my head coach, and then 2 assistants.
Who do you spend the most time with?
All of them, for real.
That's right. I feel that. Mm-hmm. So strengthening coach. Tell me how the strengthening coach put it on you. What you got to do?
My strengthening coach, a woman, she used to wrestle. Like,
she's a female?
Yeah, she was.
Yes. Shout out to the women. Break your neck. Don't play with us. I told you, you got one more time to test me. I'm going to show you my strengthening coach skills,
I know
dude.
You got the champion belt. Please don't.
Please don't. Shut up. I got the one on. Shut up. I'm not playing with him. But so tell me what your strengthening coach, like, what is a day at a time when you go see your strengthening coach? Like, what's your drills? And
first thing in the morning.
First thing, what's the earliest?
It depends. Some days we could do 8 a.m., but we usually do 9:30.
So you hit the gym, strengthening coach say, hit what first? What you got to hit?
It depends on what we want to work on. Like, for the last fight, we was working on endurance and core. So first thing she had me do, like, warm up, like, on the treadmill a little bit, and then we'll just do a whole bunch of exercises that work on my endurance. And it's for the moments, like, if I'm throwing a combination in a fight, that I'll be able to, like, breathe normal and be okay after the combination.
Okay. And how long, like, so in the day of training, how often do you train?
3 times a day. So every day of the week except Sundays. When I got fights coming up, every day of the week except Sundays.
So right now, it's 3 times a day. So 3 times a day, you're what, with individual coaches when you're training?
Yeah, one is like, so the first thing I do is I wake up and then go to my strength and conditioning coach.
Okay.
So that's 9 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11. And then after that, I go to the gym around 12 to 2 and train with my head coaches and my assistant coaches. And that's my boxing workout, like getting my hitting the mitts, hitting the bag. And then after that workout, I just go run. Like put in some miles and stuff like that, or miles and sprints.
Oh, shoot. So do you get on the pavement and run, or they put you like on a track? How does that work?
Well, since it's getting warm outside, I'm gonna start running back outside. But like, I usually just hit the treadmill.
Oh, okay. How often do you have to spar? Do you spar every time you train, or
3 times a week at most.
Most okay. Do you have the same sparring partner, or do they switch it up on you, or?
Switch it up. We had like 4 or 5 different sparring partners for the last fight.
How does that work? Have you ever had to be a sparring partner for anyone?
Yeah, I went to go spar like actually last year around this time. I was in California sparring with the Olympic bronze medalist from I want to say France or England.
Okay.
I think he was from England. So yeah, so he called me out there to spar, and then it was like good work, and he seemed like I was a good sparring partner or whatever, or a good fighter, and he wanted me to come back. Well, he asked me to come back before, but I wasn't able to.
Oh, okay.
But when you get like I spar people right now, it's not like I'm calling somebody, flying somebody in. I'm sparring other professionals around the city.
Okay. Like who?
Alante Green, Tiger Johnson, and then I was sparring people from out of town too, like from Toledo and stuff like that.
Okay, that's what's up. I know both those names. I just learned about Tiger Johnson though. Shout out. Know about Alante. I've heard great things. Well, seen some of his fights actually. That's what's up. So we train every day of the week, 3 times. Hey, I like you said, that's that discipline we was talking about. It has. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine, but big respects to what you do. It's no joke. I know it's not. Where shout out your coaches. Who's your coach's name? Shout out to people. Come on.
Renard Sappho is my head coach. Prentice Brewer is my assistant coach, and then Ali, Coach Ali is my other assistant coach.
Okay.
Well, Rasheen Ali is his full name.
Rasheen Ali. And tell me your strength and coaching name again.
Oh, Lynn.
Lynn? Shout out to all his coaches, y'all. Give us a big I'm here for shout outs. That's what we do. That's what's up. So, do you tell us? I know you just came off a big fight. No, let's back up. You are. Where your phone is? You watching it? Somebody might be calling you. Your phone. Oh, I was to say, if anybody want to call, we got calls coming in 216-939-5087. Did I say the number right? I did. Okay.
You got it.
216-939-5087. I meant to tell you that. I'm so sorry. I meant to tell you to put that on your post, and I don't think I put it on the post. Bad hostess. But call us. Let's back up. So now we are 19. When's your? You about to turn 20?
Yep.
Okay. When did you sign professional?
Father's Day of last year, so I was 19, fresh 19.
And who did we go with? Because I know you sent it to me, but I said I was going to let you tell your own story about signing professionally and how did that happen.
I signed. My manager is Split T Boxing, David McWater, and then my promoter is Top Rank. So ESPN, it'd be on my fights be on ESPN, ESPN Plus.
Right, I know that's right. And when you signed professionally, did you know which way you wanted to go? Was it like this something that was in the works for you, like as far as management teams and however? I don't even know. I don't want to say the wrong terminology for it. How did that happen for you? Was it something that you actually had some homework in, but you just, or your team or your coach, they knew or guided you to a certain way to get professional or go professional? How does that work? How does going professional work?
Like, anybody could really go pro if they want to, but like, it's not like you're gonna be on a big stage and have like the big fights and your name gonna be out there. You can fight locally. I won't even say going pro locally. That's still a big stage too, but like more so, fighting for like, I don't know how to explain it but anybody can really just say they're pro. But like it's the difference from being a top prospect and then just being a regular professional. So really, from my amateur background and all the nationals that I had won, and then fighting around the country, and then sparring around the country, that really got my name out there. And then around this time, like I said, I was in California sparring the Olympic bronze medalist, 2016 Olympic bronze medalist. Jay Prince came out there and watched me spar, and so he liked what he seen from me, and then I sparred at his gym in January. I was out in Houston for about almost a month sparring at his gym, so he liked what he seen out there. Then he wanted to come see me spar in person. Okay. So he was one of the people like that I was picking between management wise, and then it was another manager, David McWater, who I went with to sign with, which got manager of the year. So I was like, that was a great choice for me. He watched me actually fight, like, since I was a kid. He been at all my, like, I mean,
okay.
watching
So
my
yeah,
fights
you
and
pretty much
everything like
was
that.
being like just like any other profession, scouted. They watching you. They definitely tracking your movement and your accomplishments and whatnot, your growth.
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually I seen some of your last fight. But your first while as being professional, how long ago was that?
My first fight was in January. January
this past
29th.
January?
Yep.
Okay. And the second one, how did that go for you? Like, what was the training? How does training go before a professional fight? Like, I know that I've heard different things. Like, you have to so many times a day and eat a certain way and move a certain way. How did that go? Like, as far as for you professionally?
So basically, when we first get in camp, we work on getting in shape. Well, that's for the people like that really just wait till they fight to train. So me, I usually be like, stay in the gym even if I'm not going hard. But like, so when you first get into camp, you get in shape, and then like you lose your weight, and then you're really supposed to lose your weight at the beginning of the camp, and maybe last week have 2 to 3 pounds to lose, and then after you get your weight down, you're supposed to focus on like the skills and sharpening up everything and making sure your technique works.
What's your weight that you have to be when you have to go into your fight?
Once I have to weigh in at 175.
You have to weigh in at 175. Okay. So normally when you're not getting a fight, like you were just your fight was what, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
So now it's like, did your weight go up?
Yeah,
it did.
My weight went up right after I touched that scale. My weight went up to like maybe I weighed in at 173, and then my weight went up probably to 180 after I got off the scale.
How?
I drink a lot of water, and then like I drank a whole Pedialyte, 2 body armors, and then water, and then I went to go eat.
So you mean so when you say get off the scale, are you saying after the fight or before?
Before, like the way our weigh-ins go, we weigh in Friday.
Okay, right.
And then we fight Saturday.
Okay.
Or we'll weigh in on Thursday and fight Friday.
Okay.
So
does that affect you though? Do you feel like it affects you in any way?
No, like when I was an amateur, I used to lose weight horrible. Like I used to do it the wrong way. Like it was a time that I lost 12 or 13 pounds in 2 days. Like I used to like.
God, please. Boy, if you don't give me the secret for that, Jesus, come on now. Let's turn the mics off so you can tell. Just because I don't want everybody to get this secret. When they see me this saucy this summer, I want them to know. I sat down with Freesmoke. He
eat a bunch of spinach.
Shut up about the spinach. I can't. I hate
It'll do it though.
I don't want to hear that. I want Freesmoke method. I don't want spinach now. So okay, I'm sorry. I'm joking. I'm goofy like that. What? So you lost 12 pounds, but that was the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, like I was so drained when I went to go fight. Because in the amateurs, we weigh in every day that we fight. Because it's a tournament, so we'll have to weigh in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have to weigh in every day that we fight, and our weight have to like be exact. So when I used to be losing weight like that, I used to lose it the wrong way. So I used to be drained come the finals, and then in the finals I couldn't give up my best performance.
Okay.
So luckily, sometimes I win. They're like out skill, but it'll be sometimes not even out skill somebody, but I still worked harder than them and everything like that. It'll be sometimes that I lost in the finals because I was drained from losing all the weight the wrong way.
So you weighed in on that Friday. You was 175. You was 173 something, but you said the next day you was already 180 pounds.
Yeah, probably even with my first fight, I weighed in at 172, and then like an hour and a half later, I was 181.
What? But it's naturally from you had to be taking in a lot of fluids to do that.
Yeah, like most of my weight is water weight. Like I drink a lot of water, so I sweat all my weight out, and then right after I weigh in, I rehydrate.
Okay.
Because I like the last week I cut my water, like the water intake down a little bit.
Okay.
And then so right after I weigh in, I step off the scale. I have like a body armor, a Pedialyte, and a bottle of water right there, and I drink.
A body armor, a Pedialyte, or I know the Pedialyte gives your electrolytes back up. What does body armor do? Energy, right?
It's supposed to do the same thing, but Pedialyte is healthier than body armor.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said a bottle of water
Mm-hmm.
Then you went to go eat.
Yeah.
What you eat? Like, what's your foods? Like, what's your go-tos?
Right. The first fight after weigh-ins, I think I had some pasta. So like that's what you're really supposed to eat. Like after the fight, they say. I mean, not after the fight. After weigh-ins, they say pasta is the first thing you're really supposed to eat. So I had pasta, but then the second fight, I don't even know what I had. I think I had some grilled chicken or something like that. Cause we had ate in the cafeteria at the little venue we was at fighting at. And they ain't really had no pasta or nothing like that, so we had like some okay food, and then after that, I just eat whatever.
So why do they tell you to eat pasta? I mean, so is it recommended that you get your weight back up right after you weigh in?
Yeah, because you don't want to be fighting drained. Like even when I'm in camp, you want to fight at what weight you feel comfortable at. So like if I'm weighing in at 175, even when I fight, like I walk around probably. Like, if I'm not running and stuff, I'll be 189. But, like, if I'm running, and even in the gym, a little bit of training, I'll be 186.
Okay.
So, or like, the weight that I feel the strongest at and, like, not slow or sluggish is, like, 182, 183.
Okay.
So, with that, like, even after I weigh in, I make sure I don't get past 182 or 183 when I'm fighting. So, I could, like, feel normal, feel fast, and feel strong and not sluggish or anything like that.
So, and that's, I guess that's legal, but that's the boxing world. They say get to this weight to fight this weight class, but y'all, the thing is get back to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that. I thought that you had to, the day of the fight, you still had to be that weight. I've always thought that.
It's like some people got it in the contract.
Okay.
Like a lot of championship fights have it. So say you could weigh in at 175, and then my contract can say he cannot get over 180.
Okay.
So you can have that in the contract. Like the day after, you got to step on the scale again.
Okay. Shoot. So your professional fight. How tell us what happened that second fight. What was your what like how long did the rounds go? And I know it wasn't. I seen, like I said, I know it went on like a long fight because I think you got it in.
The first fight I had a knockout, a first round knockout.
Was it a knockout? Oh yeah, the second one was a decision. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The second one, the first fight was a knockout because like it was my first professional fight and I wanted put on a show, so I was anxious to go get the knockout. But the second fight, I wanted to like show my skills, like show everybody like I'm really, like I'm not just about to be running in and knocking people out. Like I can outbox you.
So it was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Okay. So let's back up to the first fight then. What was the round that you knocked?
First round, it was like 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the round. And the round's only 3 minutes long.
Shit, go to sleep. Oh, night. Night. Was it who you fought? Did you know them?
He was 2-0. I think he was 27 years old. He was 2-0. He was a good fighter though.
Is he from here or was he from?
No, he was from Texas, I think.
Where did y'all fight the first time?
Oklahoma, Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
We fought at the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, okay. Second fight. So your strategy changed up a little bit. Now they got the world seeing my power. Now they got to see my skill.
Yeah.
How did you go into that? Like, what's your power? Let me ask that. Let's back up. I wanna dig into your power hits and how you got that man down after a minute or so, however many seconds.
When I first got into the fight, I dropped him with like a combination, and then he got back up, and then after that, I caught him with like a jab. I missed my right hand, and then I threw the hook, and that's what knocked him out.
Oh, you threw the hook, and that's what took him down.
Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing is, like, we was working on like fixing my hook in camp. Like before that, so we was working on turning it over right and making sure it was sharp and making sure like the technique was right. And I was turning my body with the hook, and then I ended up getting a knockout with the hook.
Ain't that something? So now do you feel like you feel better about your hook now? I mean,
I feel way better, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah, you're still working on it. Okay. So second fight, we come to the fight, skill. Okay, we're gonna work on skill. What was your mindset going into that? Like, okay, what did you want the world to catch from your skill? Like, what did you want us to see? Or, well, I'm gonna say those that watching you like that.
I wanted them to see everything. Like, well, I didn't even show like my best. That's what's so crazy. But I still wanted them to see like everything. Like, I got good defense. I'm fast. I could counter. I got good power. I can mix it up. I can combinations. I can outbox you and everything like that. So I really wanted them to see that. But the crazy thing is, like, when I fought, I'm like, okay, I'm at least I'm gonna show a little bit of skill, but I'm gonna try to knock him out too. Like
Yeah.
second fight, like I wanted to knock out, but then again I didn't care for it. So I went in there a little bit of anxious. I was doing good. I was catching them with good shots, and then after the first round went on, I came back to the corner. I relaxed, and then once I get relaxed, I get in my zone and I get to thinking and everything like that. Then I just start outboxing. But I caught him with one shot. Like I threw an uppercut, and it was a hard up, and I felt it. I'm like, oh yeah, like he about to fall off this shot, and we ain't fall. Like yeah, he tough. He not going to sleep. He was 31 years old though.
Oh, he got a jaw on him. Rubber. So, do you study your opponents? Is it like that? Like do you when you're going into it? I mean, I would think you would have to know who you're fighting, especially now in professional.
Yeah, they let you know.
So did you study like, okay, this is technique? Let's or do your coaches like when they know you're about to go into a fight, do they study your opponent's techniques and say, okay, well we're gonna have to practice more on this way, like your hook for instance, like
I watched probably 30 seconds, maybe to a minute, but after that I let them do all that, like watch it, because personally me, I know that a fighter gonna come in there and change how you fight. Like he's not gonna fight you the same how you fought him.
Right.
Because everybody fight different and it's different. So to me, I really don't, be like trying to study them. Maybe like study for the bad habits that they pick up or they got. But like, I'm not about to study them and watch what they about to do, because they, like me, I study my own fight and I'm changing everything about that. I'm pretty sure he studied his own fight, and then my next opponent gonna study their own fight. Make sure they don't make the same mistake they did before.
Okay. And fighting the last opponent, what was something that you feel in that moment or moments that you really exceeded in, that you knew that you had it in the bag, even though he got his doorbell rang, but he didn't fall. What did you know about that fight that said, okay, I'm gonna win this? What was it, your speed, or was it a combination of how you boxed? What was it?
My jab. I was out jabbing him. So,
okay.
And my jab was quick, and I was landing my jab at will. So I was like, okay.
Did you say at will? That means because you was controlling it?
Yeah, like, okay. That's like when I was taught as a kid, my jab is my steering wheel, so it controls everything. Okay. So if I want somebody to go this way, I can throw my jab, whatever, like, throw my jab this way so he can go that way.
Okay.
So that's what my jab will win me probably 95% of the fights I fought. And
that is definitely the way you're describing it is a skill. That is like you about to put the skill on him. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what was one thing that you maybe can look back now, or even when you was in the midst of it, notice that, okay, I'm gonna do this a little bit better?
I could have picked it up, like when my coaches was telling me that too. I mean, I was outboxing, I was smart and everything. I fought a great, smart fight, but I still could have picked it up and put the press on him.
Like, so what does pick that up mean? Tell us non-boxing gurus what that means.
Like probably a little bit more punches, putting more pressure to him. Because I mean, not everybody gonna get knocked out, but the ref can step in and stop the fight. And I feel like rewatching the fight, I fought. I went to go get something to eat. Then I went back to my room and watched the fight. After, probably like the hour after. And I seen like if I would have picked it up more, the ref probably would have stepped in and stopped the fight.
Really? You was tagging him that bad?
I was catching him with good shots, and like he wasn't really hitting me, so it was like I could have really picked it up more.
So the ref would stop the fight if he sees he's not hitting you back, huh?
Yeah. If the ref see like he getting hit a lot and taking a lot of damage,
Yeah, because you don't want nobody to be messed up.
It's the ref's job, like to make sure the fighter okay and everything like that. Because if somebody get hurt in there, and it was a point in time where the ref could have stopped it, that's on him. Like everybody gonna blame him for that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could have kept my foot on the gas. Well, put my foot on the gas more and picked it up.
Okay. And do you think anything were you? I mean, I know you was getting it in, but do you think it's anything that you say, okay, you could take away from that fighter you were fighting? Like, okay, he did his thing on this move, or did you do like do you analyze? And I mean, because to be great and continue to be great, in my view, and that's in I guess any type of thing that your opponents that you're fighting or you're playing against, you want to take some of the best of things that they're doing and recognize it. So did you recognize any skill from that fighter that you say, okay, I gotta pivot and move this way because he's doing good this way. What was something standing out to you about that fighter?
Yeah, he, like I said, he was like tough, but also even when I put the press on him, I can catch him with a shot, but he still like he would throw punches back. So like it'll get to a point like we'll be mixing it up in there. He throwing punches back. So it was like you're not gonna just bully him or something like that.
Right. So did that make your boxing skills move a little bit different?
Yeah, okay. I was a little bit more like boxing, more so getting a little exchanges and then getting out because it looked like he wanted to fight more so like get in there and exchange and then see a tough man contest. But I'm not here for that.
No, that's right, honey. You're here to win, be a professional skill. I love it. So how long did it go the whole time? That went the whole time, right? What was the scorecard? What was it?
They had me winning every round.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I mean, from what you're saying, all right. And right, thank you. Golf clap. That's what's up. So, what would you say is your? Forgive me if this sounds stupid, but I'm a girl, so I think in this way. What's your favorite move? I was gonna say punch or shot, but what is as a boxer? What's your favorite skill that you have as a boxer? That sounded a little bit more professional than it. What's your favorite skill as a boxer? That probably sounded stupid now. I said it back.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't like. I think I outthink everybody a little bit more. Like, cause boxing is like you can put in all that hard work, but if your mental not there, and if you're not mentally prepared in that ring, you're not like ready to make them decisions in that ring. Like certain decisions in the ring could cost you certain stuff. So I think I outthink my opponents more. I think I'm a better thinker than them.
That's so you're a counter fighter. You're a counter boxer.
I do it all.
Okay.
You heard it. You gonna bust somebody? No, I don't know. Thank you for that question. I need this help. Because I appreciate you.
Oh yeah. I like the counter boxing. I think the counter boxing way of boxing is like real fancy because it's mental and it destroys somebody before it make them think like. It's kind of like,
do I really want to throw this punch?
Right, it's like bapping the cat's hand. The cat was trying to scratch you, then you bap the cat's hand. It's like, oh shit. You gotta think about it. Like, probably lost you out there, but
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah,
it's a somebody stepped in the suit and want to say something.
He hit him. It's like he finds an opening. I watch him fights. Every opening, he's hitting it. Like if he's trying to cover up, the guy trying to cover up, he's boom. He's hitting the opening.
Counter box.
It's counter box.
He's finding the opening.
So let me ask you this, because I'm about to give y'all some back in the day maybe some fighting skills. So when I was doing this in school,
the windmill. You just do the bum rush, the headbutt, and the windmill. That's what you used to do.
No, counter is like more so like if somebody.
So I'm a beast. I'm attacking. That's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm trying to check my skills out. I'm telling you where I was cold at, honey. I'm windmill you to death. So you say you think that you're one of your greatest skills is which I'm sorry you said you think you can outbox people.
Yeah, outthink.
That meant outthink. I'm sorry, outthink people. So do you be like talking to yourself in your mental like, all right, I'm moving my lips, but really like this is what I'm saying in my head without you couldn't see my lips. Don't look at me. So this is like I'm like, don't look at me. Thank you. All right, here he comes. Oh God, he think it's jab.
This couldn't be for her.
He think it's jab about to give me. Oh no, he about to.
Is that you holding your nose like Marsha Brady?
I'm holding my nose though.
Like look at my nose. Right.
But is it like that? Do you like? Are you in your own head? Like you coaching yourself at this point? Like okay, so that's how you outthink somebody.
Yeah, in my head, I be like, I try to pick up on habits too. So like,
okay,
I say I'm like, okay, every time he do this, he about to throw this punch. So then that's me thinking
watching the shoulders.
Yeah, watching everything that he do. Like so, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna jab to the head, jab to the body. I'm gonna jab to the head, jab to the body again. Then I'm gonna jab to the head. He gonna think the jab to the body coming. And I'm gonna throw the right hand to the head.
How that work when you listening to your coach though? Is you listening to your coach shouting out stuff too?
Yeah,
like you making decisions based upon them or your own self?
Both, really. It's like you got to be able to listen. Like most of the time, my coaches they let me do me, but if they see something, they gonna scream it out. And then I tell them like I make sure like they know like I heard them. Like sometimes they'll tell me like 1, 2, and I put my head. But I'm not gonna throw it right away. Like just like I heard him,
okay.
He heard it.
No, yeah. So you like I heard. I'm gonna get to it when it's time.
Yeah,
so you kind of know. So they kind of y'all know understand each other. Like he know when to do it, but he know that he need to do that.
Yeah, you know, they've been training me my whole life since I was 7 years old. So
have you never has there been a moment where you didn't hear him and you paid for it?
Yeah.
That blue light? Is it a blue light?
Yeah.
Blue and black?
Yeah, it was time, but like, yeah, it was times like that too. Like, you know,
Have you had a moment where? Because I know them tempo shots, man. Them mugs can take you. They can put you in the dark. You know, I've been punched in the temple once, and I was in the dark, but I pushed through, and I brought darkness too. So, like, have you had a moment where you was like, where you heard the birds whistling, but you came, you know, that fight night where you line up the two joysticks and
I get hit in my nose, like right here, in the nose, and then your eyes start watering. It'd just be like that, or like getting hit in the solar plex. All right,
solar plex right here.
Yeah.
See, I be telling people that's my spot. I be like, I'm telling you,
because you know that's the only place really on your body you can't make sure you can't work it out.
Nope, you cannot.
Did you just hiccup?
No, that's what's gonna happen when it's called a diamond. We call it a diamond. I used to take Muay Thai, so we called it a diamond.
Yeah.
And we used to like when you want to take somebody down, you put these knuckles in a diamond in the right spot. They going down. Who you is? You going down?
Try it on me, I dare you.
I would never do that to you.
I got too much cushion. You ain't gonna get through my solar plex.
You have to get on the mic because we can't hear you unless you on the mic.
I don't even know.
But how do you?
Just come on, Hawkeye. We got Daryl Bay here. Don't hide. It's my mic.
Okay. How do you?
No, you can talk to the mic.
Was you trained to get that opening like that? I mean, that's amazing. You got to see it's like, is that an instinct or that's in you? Like, okay, I'm getting all the openings.
Yeah.
Because it's like the dude was doing like this. He was like, pop, then do like this. Then it's another opening. He said,
listen, that don't help us saying we do like this, like this, like this. What's the opening?
I mean,
let's dissect that.
Like the spots like that his body, his arms is not covered.
An opening.
Yeah.
He's not covered. That's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah. So like if I want to open into the body, I'm gonna keep hitting him in the head or something like that, so he can pick his hands up, and then once he pick his hands up, I'm down here, and then so he gonna drop his hands, and then it's just something like that, or like even sometimes like I didn't do it in a fight, but when I spar, if I want to open it, I could jab somebody and then I can move their hand out the way and then catch them like that.
That's legal?
Yeah.
What you mean move their hand?
Like if they arms right here, like when I spar like somebody, I either move their hand, like grab their hand, like not grab it, but like move it. But you gotta do it fast.
But that's only in sparring, or you do it?
No, I could do it in a fight. It's just like I never really had the moment to where I needed to do it.
Oh, when you had to do it in a fight, but when sparring,
it's like a slip, right? It's a super slip. That's
like,
a slip, right?
No,
slipping?
No, I'm not slipping. I'm talking about like just me moving his hand out the way.
So like it's coming and you're like
no, not his hand coming. Like if his hand's right here, like sometimes I'll move.
Oh, you mean like while he's blocking? You open his block up and then hit him.
They catch it.
You vicious for that.
Or I pin their hands to their head and then go to the body.
Let me guess, you done held somebody's hands together before you hit them?
No. Flag on the play.
Look, she laughing. She like, I'm with him.
Touch my player, my fighter hand.
Like that's just wrong.
I'm loving it because I'm learning a bunch of.
How big is your hand? Okay.
But you know, in sparring, we be having the big gloves.
The big gloves on there.
So it's easier to do with the big gloves too, though.
Okay.
But like really what I like to do is pin their hands though. So I pin their hands and then throw the right hand to the body because their hands stuck up here and they like blind them. Or sometimes I just put my jab in their face but not throw it so they can't see and then throw the right hand.
Is it hard for people to figure out how to defend themselves against this, or is that's why you go to that, or?
Yeah, like a lot of people don't know how to do it.
They ain't being trained to do.
Yeah, like don't know how to do it the correct way. Like I wouldn't even say I was trained how to do it. Well, I was trained how to blind people with the jab, but really when you get into the pros, like the pros do a lot of tricks. Like you'll be in the inside. Like even when somebody did it to me, this is how I really learned how to do it.
I know that's
like I was sparring the Olympic bronze medalist, and we in the inside, and I'm here, and he moved my arm up, catch me with a body shot, then put my arm back.
You put it back?
Yeah.
It was nice. He was a nice.
So he really he was really teaching me stuff. Like I'm like taking it away from him.
Like
yeah.
So what kind of block do you use? Shell, Philly?
It's the shell, like regular. It depends. It depends on the moments for me.
Shoulder? You use
shoulder roll? Maybe it just depends, like where I'm at. Cause like sometimes it's a time and place for everyone.
A shell.
I'm not asking you. I'm saying boxing.
I used to box too. Go on my
I should let you do
learn.
this interview today. You should show
I'm
my-
here for you. That's all.
No, I know.
Just-
We're a team. We're a team. I know that.
You know?
I appreciate that because I didn't know none of them questions.
Right. I'm schooling you on the low.
What's a shell?
Well, you know, everybody got a different definition, but me, I'm just here.
No, I'm messing
So
with
that's what I thought. That's
I'm
like
just
this.
here like
Okay.
my regular stance, but then sometimes the shoulder roll is here.
Now, I know what
That's
shoulder
what
roll
Mayweather
is.
uses a lot.
I know. Yeah. Like you hitting it, but you're not. Yeah. But I was one. That's what.
And what's the advantage for you using the shoulder roll?
So.
It depends. Like really, if somebody want to throw a jab, I can shoulder roll, come back with the right hand.
Right.
I don't just sit there and shoulder roll because I'm not
It's
Mayweather.
for a good reason.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not Mayweather, and I didn't perfect it. Like I don't know how to perfect the shoulder roll. Like the way he do it is crazy to me. Like and a lot of people try to do the shoulder roll, and they get hit a lot because they don't know how to perfect it. Mayweather perfected the shoulder roll, so
And learn how to use the feet too with it.
He like
You know how to get little.
You got to change like with the shoulder roll. You got to change your whole stance.
You know how to get little with it.
Yeah, like he literally make like with his shoulder roll, his body is barely available.
So you won the split decision. You won on all cards and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do we have coming up? Do you have another fight in play or?
I'm gonna try to fight again in June.
In June?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a opponent, or do you have I want to say a stage that you know you're going to fight on? Or?
No, not yet. But I'm really
that's
trying to fight
management
it.
job though.
Yeah.
That's their job. But you just know that you ready to get it in.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your maybe we shouldn't say this. Is this proper to say? What do you think is your I won't say greatest or one of your weaknesses that you know that you work harder each day to make better? Thank you, because I didn't know what was going on with my microphone. I thought it was me.
My feet work.
Really?
in boxing though, like if people see me fight, like even in the last fight, it looked like, you know, I got great feet work. Well, I work on it a lot, but outside of the ring, like no boxing, nothing like that, I got no rhythm at all.
You don't?
No rhythm
You can't
at
dance.
all.
But that's normal for boxers. Like, you know, they usually dance like, you know.
Drop the beat, DJ. We about to have a dance war.
Don't you do that to no boxer?
I bet I can beat this man in something. I can't beat him in running. I can't beat him in
Dance,
boxing.
Dance
I can't beat him in
Revolution.
basketball. But I damn sure about to have a dance.
We will be at Dave & Buster's on the Dance Revolution.
You don't want
Y'all
none of this.
I'm a forfeit.
At least you don't got to
He
have
going
rhythm.
to town. I won
Trust me, I watch people play.
by unanimous decision. So feet work, and you and I'm sure, like I said.
No, that's wait. You do have rhythm though, right? Because y'all got to do that head.
I mean, inside the ring, inside
what you
boxing.
talking about, like dance?
Like I promise you, outside of the ring, not dancing. Like even when we do feet work drills, like ladder drills,
So you really need help with that.
It'd be hard for me to catch on. Not hard for me to catch on. Like I do the drill, but I gotta go slow. Like not slow, but like real slow. Like
What size shoe you wear?
13.
Oh
That's
God,
why.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Can't expect them big feet to be. You gotta.
He a boxer. We expect them feet to move. That's
Right. And you say you're 6'2"?
Yes.
I think that your feet is bigger than they supposed to be.
Who football you study?
Orthodox.
Oh, so you Orthodox?
What's your
Okay.
favorite Orthodox fighter?
My favorite Orthodox fighter.
Not myself.
Hmm.
Come on.
I like Roy Jones Jr. Yeah.
Tell me what Orthodox. What's the Orthodox fight?
Like with your left hand first and your
That's what
right
I
hand
thought.
is your
Don't they
back
call
hand.
don't call that
No. Ambidextrous means you fight with both hands,
Okay.
or you right with both hands.
Yeah.
But the other thing would be
But don't
southpaw.
Yeah.
That's how I fight. I fight
Southpaw
southpaw.
is a left hitter, right?
That's when you
yeah.
fight with.
It's supposed to mean like your left hand is your power hand, so
hand,
it comes
right.
from back there.
So do you fight with? What do you predominantly fight with?
Orthodox. I could go southpaw, but I don't do it because I ain't perfect Orthodox yet. So
Right.
Why
So
would
that's
I-
not your go. Why would you go to the right?
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So now I'm going to ask a couple questions. Who is your favorite fighter growing up? From a young age, you can remember, like, okay, even like I know you said, it was kind of took you a minute to get into really your boxing rhythm, but when you got in your boxing rhythm, who did you really look at and say, yeah, let me kind of mimic, or I would like to be something of this person, old or new.
Floyd, because I really didn't like even being a boxer. I didn't really watch a lot of boxing,
Okay.
but the thing is, I got Floyd first fight to his last fight on DVD.
Yes.
So me and my dad Sundays put the DVD in there. We watching Floyd fights.
Damn, that's nice. Okay. Did you watch any older fights? Did you watch any older boxers that really grabbed you and you were impressed with?
Not when I was a kid, but now even
Roy
Jones a little bit, but Sugar Ray Robinson and Leonard, both of them.
Yeah. I can see that. I definitely can see that. I can see that. Who's your favorite boxer now?
Earl Spence Jr.
Earl Spence Jr. I was about to say besides yourself, besides yourself, Earl Spence Jr. Okay. Yeah. All right. So going forth, we're working about to. I know you're looking to go to your third professional fight. What are you looking for as far as the next? I'll say because boxing is it could be like a spread out type thing. I'll even give you to where do you see yourself at by the end of 2023 in this profession?
I want by the end of 2023 I should be having 10 fights.
10 fights. Woo, that's a lot.
Then starting to get talked about and one of the best up and coming prospects, and more so like working my way towards the belt. Because like the way it go now, we fight 4 rounds, 6. Like you build your way up. So by the end of this year, I'm gonna fight my first 6-rounder. My last fight of the year gonna be a 6-rounder.
Nice.
And then 2023, my last fight of the year will be an 8-rounder. So I'm gonna be working my way up.
Nice, very very nice. That's dope. That's dope. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's what's up. And do you see yourself as far as, are you part of like any youth groups, or do you see yourself maybe pulling some young men in or women? Let me stop taking my girls out to the equation. Like to be any like activists with youth or anything that you want to maybe put. We in Cleveland. We don't have a lot of, from what I hear, we don't have a lot of young youths that are doing what you do and bleeding that off into the streets or to other people.
I'm not really a part of no groups, but I pull like the people that be around me into like boxing. Like I got my little cousin in the boxing,
nice.
My friend box. So I really try to get the people around me to start boxing. Just do something, just productive. At least if they ain't got nothing going on for themselves already.
All right. So tell the people, what do you want the people to know about you, personally about you, and what you got coming, what you plan on your tags, or anything about you that you got going on. How we keep close watch? Because I think you we need to start having like a bird's eye view down on you now. You know what I'm saying? You definitely are making a name for yourself, but it's starting to spread publicly. Mm-hmm. Where we want you. I want to be able to boast about you. I want to say, okay, Freesmoke about to get it in. We got his fights coming up, and I want to be able to blast you on my social medias and all that. So tell us about you and what you plan on taking with this career. How you plan on really? I know what you're gonna do by how many rounds you're gonna get up to, but I want to see you get your face out there.
I don't know, because really I just promote myself.
Yeah.
So like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, even a little bit of Snapchat. Just promote myself. So, my mom do a lot of promotion too,
nice.
More than me.
Yeah.
And then more so, social media is cool, but I really like people to hear about me word of mouth, because
best
word of mouth, like your cousin be like, I'll go get my cousin right now.
Why you shut up?
Whip your face.
But yeah, no, word of mouth is the best marketing tool, hands down, from time to time, from beginning time to now. Even with this, how powerful social media is. Because even if you're on social media, somebody be like, well, did y'all see on the such and such show? Excuse me. Well, welcome to the BBW. I'm going to put myself in there. I've had people say, oh, my cousin said they seen your show. Mm-hmm. So word of mouth is the strongest marketing tool you could have. So I can respect that. I can understand that. So, yeah, I like to run my mouth like diarrhea. So I'm going to be, your name will definitely be coming out. Especially if I know you got a fight coming up. It's going down. For facts.
Yeah.
Right. Huh?
One more question.
No, ask away, babe.
Do you have any issues with? Have you had any issues with having registered hands?
No, that's with us.
I was just about to ask that.
What's crazy is my hands is not registered. Like,
Oh, okay.
nobody that boxes, a professional boxer hands are registered.
Really?
Yeah, that is fake.
Is that a myth?
That is fake. Like, people that say that, I'm gonna say this. They're a little scary to fight. If they say I can't fight you, my hands is registered. I remember around this time, not around this time, about last year, or maybe I was playing basketball right at the gym. Me and my friend, some other people, and then my friend get into it with somebody, and the dude like, I can't even fight you. I'm a boxer. My hands registered. Then everybody know I box, so they looking at me like he lying. I'm like, bro, I didn't even say nothing. I'm like, all right, like whatever, because I know he lying. Like the hands registered stuff is a myth.
It's funny you asked that because I was getting ready to ask, like, and my question was not going to be as crisp as yours, so I appreciate you. But I was going to ask, like, do you have to be careful, like, getting altercations with non-professionals, with fighters, like, because I've heard that it is an issue, you know what I'm saying, with boxers can get sued or in trouble.
Yeah, more so you worried about lawsuits than anything about registered hands, like.
Okay.
Because if somebody start with you, like that don't even make sense to me or sound right. Like, I don't understand how people oh, my hands registered. Because if somebody start with you and like they hitting on you and stuff like that, saying your hands registered mean you can't like defend yourself. That don't make sense because it's a deadly weapon. But that don't there's plenty of boxers that have fought outside of the ring, and the thing that come with it is the lawsuit, and you got to be ready for whatever with the lawsuit.
Right.
But like if somebody start with you, then if you can defend yourself, because
I mean,
the hands rated E.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Okay, so I have a favor to ask of you. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to show me some basic boxing moves. Don't laugh. Don't make fun of me. I'm serious. So we about to get up. I want you to show me the stance, like the proper way to stand first. I mean, like I said, that would have to be like the right. I'm right-handed. If that makes sense. If you need to know that first.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know what a proper jab look like, a proper hook, a proper uppercut, and I want to. I don't need to know this. But I want to see kind of what your power, like how does I know when you're in the moment, it probably look different, but what's your power punch? Like, what does it look like? So can you
me to bring my mitts in? I have mitts.
I got mitts at home too.
Those all the heavy bag.
I'm not about to hit nobody, so I don't need no mitts. I'm just about to hit the air.
I don't think you're gonna hit anybody when you're fighting anyway.
You want to try me? So yeah, give me a little boxing something. Give me a small tune. Yeah. But don't get like with a lot of words where they gonna cut my live feeds off. Like you got the Rocky music. Is that shit?
I got one better for you.
Hey, Freesmoke. What's your fight size? 6 ounce, 8 ounce. Fight time, game day.
10 ounces.
10 ounces. You comfortable with them?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
In case y'all didn't hear, the question was, what's his size gloves? They're 10 ounces, and he's good with that. He gonna knock your chin off with those. All right, so look, I specifically wore gym clothes today for this.
After saving with custom.
What is that?
Oh, that was you.
I want to make sure all my cameras, I think they can see us from here.
Somebody.
But we're gonna wait till you 6'2".
I got you.
Stand up next to you. Yeah, you 6'2". All right, I'll accept that height. What is that?
You probably know this. You hip to this? This one might this some fight night music.
Let me say some Rocky Balboa music.
You want some boxing music? I'm gonna give you boxing music.
Give me boxing music. Okay. What do you come out to? That's what I wanted to ask. Hold it, DJ. What do you come out to? Do you have a signature song, or do you have a is it like just a feel every time you want to come out?
More so whatever's popping at the time, or like the song that I'm feeling. Okay. So my first fight, I came out to Lil Baby, Everybody, and then the second fight, it was in March. So I came out to Future, March Madness.
Yeah, hello, that's okay. I'm with that. I had a workout show in March, and we did March Madness. I do work out. I may not like it, but I work out. All right, so I asked Freesmoke to show me some boxing stuff. I want to. Well, make sure you turn my mic all the way up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Turn me down a little bit. So I asked him if I want him to show me a stance. I want him to show me a proper jab, a proper. Once I'm in the stance, I want you to show me this. Not like So I want him to show me a proper hook. So what's some of am I saying jab, hook, uppercut, and what else? What am I missing? So we can throw. Okay, so I want to see all that. I want to see the straight right hand, straight left hand. Okay, so we gotta get our stance together first. So we're doing a stance.
So usually, I try to think of it like riding a skateboard. So like here and here. And then like.
That's how you ride a skateboard?
Well, I guess not really, but like
So he says like riding a skateboard. That's his thought. Okay.
And then like my right foot will be over out a little bit more.
Okay, so my right foot coming. Is that because I'm right-handed?
Yeah.
Okay, so because I'm right-handed, we're gonna have my right foot out a little bit more. I know y'all probably can't see my foot, but that's okay.
And then I bend my knees and then lift my toe up a little bit. Have my heel up just a little bit in there.
Okay, so he said, stand like you get on a skateboard, right foot out a little bit more, and my toe, like I'm kind of up on my toe a little bit. But bend my knees a little bit. Okay.
And then like you turn this way, and then I put my right hand.
Put your foot here, okay.
And then I just rotate my body.
Your core, you turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I look that way, then I put my right hand over my
So
chin.
your right hand by your face?
Yeah.
Okay, your left hand here.
Here, and then I make sure I'm always looking over top of my left hand.
So it's about your left hand about right here?
Yeah, like right here.
You want it?
I really just let my arms rest on my body a little bit, because nobody gonna be able to fight like this the whole time. I just let my arms rest on my body, then my right hand on the chin, and then I'm making sure I look over top of my left hand.
Okay.
And that's how I stand.
Okay, so this our stance. I feel like I look stupid, like I'm about to do a dance. I know I look dumb. I know I ain't doing it.
You really I sit back though, like a little bit, like lean back.
Oh, you lean back. Okay. I got a bad right knee. Shit. Okay.
Then that's how I stand. But then when I jab, I like to step forward. So here.
Why you do that? Because that seems so awkward to me.
Here.
So you step out first?
No, I just step just forward.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You step out with your leg first. Okay.
But it's really it's supposed to be at the same time, too. So, but I'm just going slow.
Thank you, because I could barely stand like this. So.
Yeah, and then but I really try to make sure I turn with my shoulder. So turn it all the way out, and then extend it. So.
Am I doing? That's wrong. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. So we want to do a jab. Coming. Oh shit! I'm about to knock somebody out. Okay. Okay. Do it when it sound like I'm doing like I'm professional. What you mean some anger?
When you came at me,
All right, don't.
I'm like, all the mistakes I made from the catch up with me. Let me move.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Oh, I gotta go faster. Okay. You like you're cracking up. Woo! Okay. So I got the idea of a jab. What's our next move?
So the hook is just this. Like you turn it from here and turn your left foot with it.
So we moving with, even though the right is what I box with, but that left is like everything. It's like everything is like, how do I say that?
That's your key. It's like it set up everything.
Okay. All right. Let me get back in my stance.
Then with the hook, you just go here. Elbow. I'll make sure I keep my elbow up. Just turn it down.
I feel like I'm moving my body, not my arm.
It's both. So just like this. Just don't go out. Just let it go from right here. Just let it go. Don't go out.
See, I'm fucking my own self like an idiot.
Oh yeah, even when I first started boxing, the first thing I did for a week was literally just step. I didn't throw no punches.
Right. I mean, because it's such a. It feels awkward. I know it feels supernatural to you, but it's like me just doing it raw like this. And that hook is really, really weird for me. Anyway, I should say. Okay, so right hand by my face, left hand too, but I want to hook. But I want to twist.
Mm-hmm.
How do you? Damn, somebody that close that you can hit them with a hook like that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see your hook one time. Let me see. Okay. I feel stupid. I look stupid, I know. Oh, God. I told you don't mess with me. Okay, y'all, I'm going to be honest. The hook I'm not going to perfect. I'm not going to get it. But I'm going to go take some boxing lessons. I've been telling myself that for years. Okay, so I'm gonna bow out to that hook right now. What's our next one?
The uppercut.
Okay.
Which one? Like, which hand would you want to throw?
What's the one you throw? Okay. Me training coming into this. Do you suggest that I use my power?
Right.
Okay.
It's just this. Turn it into it. Just let it go from here. Don't wind it up though. Just let it go.
I really was wanting like Popeye right now, and I didn't even know it. Okay. But what you? I mean, what is it? It just feels weird. See, boxing. Don't wind up.
You're doing it right. You just got your head facing to the mic, so it feel weird. Like if you face forward,
I was facing this way.
Yeah. So and then just let it go. So I'll be here. Yeah.
Liking that too much. Like you getting better each one.
See, I love hooking when we're doing exercise class. So we do like a cardio class where we always doing hooks, jab, and it's like we lower. But I get all into it when they say uppercut. I mean hook. When they say uppercut, I get all into it. And I don't like the hook part though. In class, I'm like this, like an idiot.
It's like you would hit somebody and ask them, did it hurt? Like, did that hurt? Did it work? That's the way you throw the punch.
Time out. Did I do it?
Did I hurt you effectively?
And my jaw get knocked
Cry
out.
like a toddler.
All right, so try it again. Face this way.
Speaking of, I seen a video of a baby that pushed
Come on now, you know I was in the middle of my
Is
throw.
that you?
No.
You was a baby? Oh.
You know I was in the middle of my throw.
I'm sorry, I'm seeing it. Come on, pretty. Let's see that throw.
You didn't mess my flow up. You just messed me up.
You just got it, too.
I just caught on.
You just got it.
Shut up.
I love the blue. You're so lovely when you're mad.
So lovely. All right, so show me, because I don't have a. Told you, I revert back to the good old windmill. Show us your power, like how when you what do you call them, haymakers?
Yeah, but like.
How does that?
Like it really just depends, cause like I don't throw power with every punch, but I don't throw like haymakers like me winding up. My power just comes from like the way I just showed you that up, like me just turning into it.
Okay.
So it was just like that, like me just really turning into all my punches here.
Show me a combination real quick. God, that look good. That looks so good. You did a
right up, left up, and then a hook.
right up, left up, then a hook.
But I threw my left hook.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you said also a right hit. Like, what if you want to hit somebody directly on? What is that?
My right hand. So I throw my right hand. Because you twist with your right hand. That's why I was like, the way the punches go, everything's supposed to like flow natural. So if I want to throw here, my hook, come back, I twist back to here. So then I can throw here, and then twist back with a hook, throw a right hand, twist back with a right up, and then So it's just like this punch always puts you in position for the next punch, and then it just go back and forth.
So what about if you want to throw a left? Do you throw a left punch?
Yeah, I could just throw my jab out there anytime.
So your left is considered your jab. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
thought you were gonna knock that one dude out. That's how I hit a DM. He's like, I would have knocked him out. I was like, yeah,
combination. Combinations. Okay, I like that. Now, I can't do this part with you too much, but show me your I mean, do you have like a foot? I know you said footwork is not your thing, but do you have like where you into it and like you about to do your combo like a certain body movement that goes all together?
She want to know your square dance.
Yeah, there we go.
We call it the square dance from Youngstown.
That's it. That's what I'm looking for. So is it like a count?
No,
Where am I moving?
That's called the square dance where I'm from.
like sometimes you're moving and like I just be looking for the opening. So like if I'm here, like maybe I see an opening up here, so I'm looking down here to catch you up there.
So you see an opening where?
Like if I'm moving, I'm just looking for the opening. So, but say like it's an opening right there. So I might look at your body and throw at your head to catch you with it. So you thinking about the
skilled. This is why this is so skilled. Okay. Well, I want to thank you. I ain't gonna make you do all your boxing tonight because I'm not such a great student tonight. But I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get sharper. That's what's up. Thank you so much. Shoot, tell everybody your IG tag. How can they reach you? Your Twitters, all that.
My Instagram is Tizzy Freesmoke 247, and then my Twitter is Tizzy Freesmoke. So
hey,
Tizzy,
y'all go follow. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, Tizzy Freesmoke 247 on Instagram, and then Tizzy Freesmoke on Twitter, and then Tizzy is just Tizzy.
Y'all follow Tizzy. Y'all follow Freesmoke. This man is up and coming. He's doing some things. He already got a great record, and I'm just excited. And he's only 19. And he fighting 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and all that other good stuff, and really doing his thing. I mean, that skill level is real, and that's how you know somebody got it in them. You know what I'm saying? So much respect to that. Much respect to that. Shout out to your parents. Shout out to your team. Shout out to your coaches. Coaches, I'm coming. I need the best train. Nah, I ain't. Dude, I'm joking. I'm talking shit now. But shout out to his whole team, his squad. You can do any shout outs you want to do. I'm sorry, I'm shouting out for you, man. That's not my job.
Oh yeah, I can shout out my sponsors. I would like to shout out Athlete EPS. That's my Nike sponsor.
That's
and
up.
then Y Persona, Create Wealth and Inspire. That's a sponsor. And then Pandemic. I can get into some of these sponsorships.
Right. Shout them out, baby. They help make us go the distance. Well, we got like 100. Don't shout them out. But.
Sports and Spine. That's a sponsor that helped me recover and everything like that. So, like, they make sure I'm okay, like, after the fight or before the fight, make sure my body okay. Cleveland Cryo is a good sponsor. That's why I also recover at. And then people that help me with my outfits, Body Kit Custom, the Alexandria Gallery.
Nice.
That's about it.
Nice. What you wearing tonight? I like it.
This is my stuff.
So this is personally your line?
Yeah, but this is a Y Persona. So they make the stuff.
They make it for you?
Yeah, it's really called Yop.
Yop? Mm-hmm. How do you spell that?
Just YOP, because it stands for your own persona.
Dope. I like it. All right, I hope you had a good time. I totally am very appreciative of your time. I know you got a lot going on. Being a young man, it's a Friday evening. He had to come sit with this old lady on her show. Yes, he did. No, I'm just playing. But I do appreciate you, and I thank you. We're going to be watching you closely. I want to know when your next fight is. I want to know if I can be in the mix somehow, because I'll be there with my cameras, with my entourages, with my audience, and we're going to be cheering you on and all that good stuff. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You got a question?
Yeah. And your fans, I like the way you...
Do you have a question, or are you just making a statement?
I just said a statement like, "Hi, he's got a head on his shoulder."
Yeah, he's very well spoken, well mannered. I'm highly impressed. Not that I was expecting anything different, but I am extremely impressed. I am impressed by your record. I'm impressed by your stance, and just I can tell that you really are grounded into your profession, and it's appreciated. I want you to know that. So I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. Thank you for coming to the Welcome BBW Show, baby. Not a problem. You can come back anytime, and we gonna definitely keep watching you, y'all. We gonna say goodnight. Freesmoke gonna say goodnight. Everybody in the background gonna say goodnight, and we out, y'all. Hey. We gotta get pictures. That's like my thing. See, I know you
made love to you. Oh, yeah. See, I know you made love to a big girl. And you swore to your homies you would for Christmas. Like, we ain't gotta tell nobody, we can keep it on the low. Or maybe on the high, want a cheap kill. Call her on the phone just to see if she got somebody in the face and getting somebody face. Any face that is other than yours, but you don't like.